And we're back. Me, David, One Up Gaming, episode 349 of the One Up Gaming podcast. And we are going to... I need to update my pad because it's on a slower network. I need to put it on the network that's in this room. I don't know why I'm talking about this. I should have just cut this bit out. But what are you going to do? Right, we're ready. So... 349, One Up Gaming, me David, podcast. Visit the website, visit the YouTube channel, thank you. And we will go into this week's news. So the first bit of news we have is major publishers report AAA franchises can cost over $1 billion to make. Games like Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto already require over $250 million in development costs alone. On Wednesday, the UK Competition and Markets Authority, CMA, blocked the Microsoft Activision Blizzard merger due to its implications for cloud gaming, along with fundamentally changing the future of Microsoft and Activision Blizzard. The document released alongside this decision has revealed quite a few details about the increasing financial demands behind AAA games. In a massive report on the decision, the CMA revealed that some major publishers report their AAA franchises can cost over $1 billion to make. According to the report, AAA games that are greenlit now with potential releases in 2024 or 2025 typically receive development budgets of $200 million or higher. Call of Duty has already surpassed $300 million in development costs alone, and the next Grand Theft Auto title will likely require a development budget of $250 million or more. When considering marketing costs, this number can jump over $1 billion across a franchise, with one large studio reporting that major franchises development costs $660 million and marketing costs nearly $550 million. These costs demonstrate the significant increase from 5 years ago when most AAA games had budgets between $50 and $150 million. The CMA's ruling, citing a report of market intelligence by so I think what they're basically saying is AAA games cost a shit ton, absolute shit ton to develop and to publish and to market. But what do you guys think? Do you think that they were right to block the Microsoft Activision Blizzard merger, or do you think they'll come back in with other options and say that why they think that was wrong? So I will just sort of say, I'm going to read this, but you'll see a video up there in a minute. Actually, I will record it so I know what I'm doing. Anyway, next bit of news. The Twisted Metal TV show arrives this July and the first teaser trailer has been released. Finally have our first look at the upcoming Peacock series. I don't know what Peacock is. It must be American. Twisted Metal. A teaser recently released featuring Anthony Mackie's John Doe as he races out of the gate with guns blazing, seemingly shooting at absolutely nothing, and a very, very quick glimpse of everyone's favourite ice cream truck driving clown. The official synopsis of Twisted Metal mentions how the series will follow John Doe as he races across an apocalyptic wasteland to deliver a package to some mysterious person lurking in the shadows. Plus, we've got another R-rated Winnie the Pooh project in the works, a vampire Survivors series? I thought it was Save, I don't know. Headed to TV and much more. So I guess we are having more game, movies, TV shows, adaptations coming along. Do you guys think that's a good idea? Do you not? And hopefully this trailer has teased you enough to want to watch this movie series thing. But yeah, let us know what you think in the comments. We'll go to the next bit of news, and that is Damon Lindelof, I think that's how you say it, opens up about his Star Wars film, I Was Asked to Leave. I don't know who he is. I was in more than talks to join Star Wars universe. I joined the Star Wars universe and was asked to leave. The Lost co-creator tapped Justin Britt Gibson, counterpart into the Badlands, I have no idea any of these, to write the screenplay with him, but the duo exited the project in February. Lindelof told Variety earlier this month that his axed Star Wars script was a true labour of love. The original screenwriters were replaced by Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight, with documentarian Sherman Abed Chinley still on board as director. I have no idea who that is. At Star Wars Celebration in London, it was revealed that, I'm not going to try that name again, the Knight movie will pick up 15 years after 2019 Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, featuring the return of Daisy Ridley's Rey. On whether or not he would return to Star Wars universe if the opportunity arose, Lindelof said, "Will I get back in line outside the club and get, of course, Star Wars isn't my thing. It really isn't. I'll go and watch things, but they're just not my sort of movies. They're enjoyable, they're fun, they're pulp, they're campy, they're all that, but it's just not my sort of thing." So we'll go straight to the next bit of news. Dodgeball sequel is in development, with Vince Vaughn returning to star. Almost 20 years later, Dodgeball, a true underdog story, is getting a sequel, with Vince Vaughn returning to star in it and likely to produce. Deadline brought the news today. The multiple sources close to the production confirmed to IGN that it's in early development, with Vaughn, Jordan Van Dina, don't know who that is, who's previously worked on projects like Hulu's The Binge, is writing the script. The original 2004 movie was written and directed by Rawson Marshall Thunder, but it's still unclear if he'll return to direct the sequel. Currently, Vaughn is the only actor confirmed to reprise his role. In addition to Vaughn, it featured actors such as Ben Stiller, Justin Long, and Christine Taylor. Don't know who she was. The only plot detail known about the upcoming Dodgeball sequel is it'll pick up after the Average Joe's victory in the Dodgeball tournament. It's also worth noting that it isn't the first time a Dodgeball sequel has been reported. Last November, Justin Long said that Ben Stiller's approval is the only thing stopping the sequel. In an interview, he said, "I hope that it ends up happening, but I think Ben is a little..." What he told me on the podcast was that he's a little... sequel coming below something. Yeah, I think he's just a bit not sure if people will enjoy the movie because of the fans of the original, how it really did well. What about you guys? Do you love the original Dodgeball movie, or are you not that bothered? Leave comments, leave chats, see what people think. Right, next bit. The CMA says if Microsoft acquires Activision, Game Pass gets more expensive. More details have come to light about the decision to halt Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Bloody hell, I can't speak. From the recent UK Competition and Marketing Authority CMA report, along with the extensive examination of Microsoft's current business practices and plans, including its advantage in cloud computing, the CMA also raised concerns about how an increased library of video game content could potentially open the door for Microsoft to make things more costly for consumers. Detailed in the 400-page report, which gives an extensive and highly detailed overview of Microsoft's current business plans and how it would affect competitors, the CMA committee highlighted its belief that the Xbox Game Pass service would see its value heightened following potential additions from the Activision Blizzard library, which would give Microsoft an incentive to raise the price. In the report, CMA having the psychology would influence the catalogue. Yeah. It doesn't say how much they were thinking they would raise it or anything like that. But do you guys agree? Do you think that if Microsoft got this over the line, then it would get more expensive. I mean, I think the service for me in the UK, it's like £10 a month or £11 a month, whatever it is, for the ultimate version, so you get the PC and Xbox sort of games. And I think it's an amazing value because you can play games that you would never think of playing. You could just load it up, think, oh, what's that? Download it. 10 minutes into it, oh, I'm glad I didn't pay 50 quid for that. Delete it. But at least you can give the full thing a try and play the games. Let us know. Let us know. Next up, Transformers 1 animated movie casts Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson and more. So this film will be the first animated Transformers movie in over 40 years. Transformers 1, the first animated Transformers film in over 40 years. It's Chris Hemsworth as a young Optimus Prime. Brian Tyree Henry as a young Megatron, don't know who that is. Scarlett Johansson as Elita, don't know. Anyway, Star Wars. Transformers 1 will be released in theatres on July 19th, 2024. Directed by Toy Story 4's Josh Cooley, and will serve as a prequel film of sorts about a younger versions of Optimus Prime and Megatron. Joining the previously mentioned cast members will also be Keegan Michael Key, no that is, John Hamm, I've heard of him, Lawrence Fishburne, yeah I've heard of him. The last animated film in the beloved franchise was 1986's The Transformers the Movie, which itself was based on the Transformers television series. Fun fact, that movie was the first movie I ever went to the cinema to see when I was 5 years old. The film is reported to have been greenlit by Paramount back in 2020 and was said to take place on Cybertron. Place on Cybertron, the planet from which the good guy and the bad guy robots come from. The film revolves around the relationship between Optimus Prime and Megatron. This news follows a brand new trailer for Transformers Rise of the Beasts, which were released in theatres on June 9th. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a good thing, bad thing? I love a lot of the animated stuff. They can get a lot of stuff done. And yes, I know they can do a lot of stuff in the CG, VFX kind of world that we live in now. But, I don't know, I think maybe because it's the first movie I ever saw, it's still got a sweet spot in my mind. And I would love to see how they do this and what stories they can come up with for this franchise. So we'll go to the next bit of news, and that is how Forza Motorsport's next entry is introducing innovative visual accessibility. Try not to burp as I'm talking. So they're going to have blind driving assists to make it more accessible for the blind or low vision players. Xbox's accessible innovations and developments have benefited disabled players for years. The 2018 release of the Xbox Adaptive Controller feature tags on store pages, award-winning accessory tags like Forza Horizon 5, and even an annual showcase highlighting the varying ways in which Xbox and its studios are incorporating accessibility into their projects have put the disabled community at the forefront of Xbox conversations. The newest entry in Forza Motorsport series, simply called Forza Motorsport, has already been revealed to include numerous accessibility options commonly found in most modern games like control, remapping, subtitles, varying colourblind modes and filters, and now blind low vision players can experience a brand new feature set called Blind Driving Assists. A series of audio cues that provide track and vehicle information, allowing blind low vision players to complete races. Speaking to IGN, 1010 Studios developers, an accessibility consultant and Xbox head Phil Spencer discussed the development behind blind driving assists, the importance of community involvement, and Xbox's desire to create an inclusive and accessible industry. Yeah, it's amazing. It really is amazing. It goes into a lot more detail, a lot more stuff, a lot more people involved, and I think it's bloody good. It really is. Me being a colourblind person, it's people don't realise, but for me, it's almost impossible to play like a modern day Call of Duty or a modern day shooter game, because I can't tell who the good guys are, the bad guys are. When names are above people's heads, I can't tell if it's green or red for enemy and good guys. I could only play like games like the original, like Halo or things like that, which is like every man for himself mainly. Or if you are doing team, it's like red versus blue, that kind of thing. But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think this is a good thing for games, or do you reckon it's putting way too much resource and development into things that not many people will appreciate in the grand scheme of things? So, next up, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania comes to Disney Plus in May. So, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania is shrinking down from the theatre screen to your TV home, and it arrives on Disney Plus on May 17th. Announced in a tweet from Marvel Studios, Quantumania will 3 months. I guess it's meant to be will release 3 months after it's premiered in theatres. The film will therefore arrive less than 2 weeks after the next Marvel Cinematic Universe entry, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, as that hits theatres on May 5th. But yeah, so what do you guys think of this? I included this story because IGN gave it 7 out of 10 and said it's a really good review, really good movie. I thought it was one of the worst movies I've seen in a Marvel sort of franchise for a long time. I do think that a lot of the Marvel movies now, they're just floundering. They don't really have a sense of any direction of where they're going. But what do you guys think? Do you think it was actually a really good movie, or do you think it's just getting over long in the tooth now, some of these sort of things? I'm excited to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but we'll see what happens. So next up, the Super Mario Bros. Movie has jumped over 1 billion at the global box office. So it's become the 10th animated film to achieve over $1 billion. It took the Super Mario Bros. Movie only 26 days to cross 1 billion, and it will once again win the weekend box office with ease. Alongside being the 10th animated film to cross 1 billion, it's also the 10th biggest animated film of all time, as it has now surpassed Despicable Me 2 and The Minions Rise of Gru. At the domestic box office, weekend box office, the Super Mario Bros. Brought in another 40 million, on its way to a North American total of 490 million. Internationally, the film brought in 68.31 million and sits at 532.45 million overseas. In addition to the third Illumination film to earn 1 billion after Millions in Despicable Me 3. It is the 7th biggest Universal film of all time, as it has defeated Jurassic World Dominion, that was a horrible movie, and the original Despicable Me. As previously mentioned, the Super Mario Bros. Movie has once again won the domestic box office. It looks likely to be its last weekend on top, as Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is ready in just a few days. However, that's next week, and this week it can enjoy its victory over Evil Dead Rises. Whatever. So, yeah, what do you guys think? I will say, I watched the movie, and it was really good. It was stupid. I loved the fact it was willing to take the piss out of itself. Some of the jokes, some of the animation, everything was just so good. It was top notch. So lastly, we'll have the top 40. So number 40, Pokemon Sword, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, Mario and Sonic at the Olympics Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020, Just Dance 2023 edition, EA Sports PGA Tour. That's a shit game. It's an absolute travesty. Graphics are atrocious. Popping. It is awful. Number 35, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Red Dead Redemption 2, Pokemon Legends Arceus, No Man's Sky. Number 30, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. 30-in-1 Game Collection Volume 1, Metroid Prime Remastered, Super Mario Bros. Ultimate, that's it, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Grand Theft Auto The Trilogy The Definitive Edition, number 25 is Splatoon 3, Luigi's Mansion 3, Pokemon Scarlet, God of War Ragnarok, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, number 20 is Mario Party Superstars, Pokemon Violet, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, Grand Theft Auto 5, and number 15, Nintendo Switch Sports, Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, Animal Crossing New Horizons, WWE 2K23, number 10, Resident Evil 4, number 9, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, number 8, Minecraft Legends, number 7, Minecraft, number 6, Super Mario Odyssey, number 5, Hogwarts Legacy, number 4, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, number 3, FIFA 23, number 2, Dead Island 2, and at number 1, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and that is thanks to the Games Press and GFK Entertainment Software, all formats, so thank you to them. So, that's been episode 349 of the One Up Gaming Podcast. Please go to our website, which is oneupgaming.co.uk. Please check out our Patreon site, which is patreon.com/OUG. If you want to buy any of these t-shirts, any of these hats, any of the things we've been wearing today, please go to, it's on the YouTube channel, it's just got store, click on that and you go to our store.